Hello there, folks. I didn't know what kind of a video to make today, so I thought I'd do a couple readings from things I've been reading lately that I thought were kind of interesting and, discuss among yourselves whether you like them. The first is a little poem from this book, Open Secret by Wei Wu Wei. I mentioned this earlier. Wei Wu Wei, let's see, between the years of 1958 and 1974, a series of books appeared that were attributed to the mysterious Wei Wu Wei, who joined Paul Reps, Alan Watts, and Philip Kapleau as one of the earliest and most profound interpreters of Buddhism. This new edition of Open Secret, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Wei Wu Wei was not actually Chinese, as the name implies. This might have been a Dharma name or something that he inherited, or is inherited what you get with it, that he was given. But he didn't go by his birth name. Anyway, this is a poem. I put this part of this up on Instagram, and I don't know who Seal is, but it's called For Seal. Seal seems to be maybe somebody he knows. I assume maybe somebody close to him, but let's read. When the beetle sees, it is I that am looking. When the nightingale sings, it is I that am singing. When the lion roars, it is I that am roaring. But when I look for myself, I can see nothing, for no thing is there to be seen. Seal cannot see me either, for when she tries to see me, it is I who am looking. She can do nothing, for only I can do anything. The beetle can say that also, and Seal, for we are not three, nor two, nor one. I am the sea too, and the stars, the wind and the rain. I am everything that has form, for form is my seeing of it. I am every sound, for sound is my hearing of it. I am all flavors, each perfume, whatever can be touched, for that which is perceptible is my perceiving of it. All sentience is mine. They have no other existence, and neither have I, for what they are, I am, and what I am, they are. What the universe is, I am, and what I am, the universe is. And there is no other at all, nor any one whatsoever. Gate gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. That last bit is the ending of the Heart Sutra. Gone, gone, gone all the way to the other shore. Hooray! So I like that. And there's a second part of it, of the same poem, and I suggest you just buy the book and read the whole thing if you want. But I like that a lot. So that's one of the things I've been reading. The second thing is, got hold of this book, the teachings, Be As You Are, the teachings of Sri Ramana Maharshi, or Maharishi, I'm not sure. And this is Dave Godman's book about Ramana Maharshi, who he encountered when he traveled to India. And there's a section which I kind of like, creation theories and the reality of the world. This always gets my interest, and maybe it is good that I think I mentioned this in earlier videos, that I was kind of looking for Advaita Vedanta. I didn't know that's what it was called, but I was looking for this sort of mystical Hindu stuff. And what I came across was Zen Buddhism, and I liked Zen Buddhism, and I stuck with Zen Buddhism for years and years, and I kind of forgot about all this stuff. I had been reading Ramana Maharshi before then, Krishnamurti, some other stuff, even the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's book on the Bhagavad Gita, I was reading that. And then when I found Zen, I thought, oh, this is better, I want to keep going with this, and I had an actual teacher of Zen, and that's what I went to. And maybe it's good that continued on for 30-odd years before I kind of circled back to this thing that I was interested in the first place, because I realized that I could have been kind of captured by some of the more interesting aspects of it. One of the things that's great about Zen is it's not interesting. This is one of the things that makes Zen such a tough sell to people, is it's just not interesting. Dogen is boring as hell. But he's getting direct to the point, and that's what makes him great. but he's boring as hell. He won't tell you how the universe was created, and he won't tell you, all that. He tells you very poetically. I was just reading the Mountains and Rivers Sutra just before I started this video, because I thought maybe I'd do a video on that, and I thought, I don't know about that. Maybe not yet. But that's about as cosmic as he gets, and it's pretty cosmic in certain areas, and he does do that, but it's all very poetic, and it's difficult to kind of get, because their idea is, if you try to explain things too much in terms that people normally understand things, then you're just confusing them anyway. But in the Advaita Vedanta, they kind of do that, and this is this is Sri Ramana Maharshi's views on cosmology. And here's a question: how has Srishti, I think is how you pronounce it, creation come about? Some say it is predestined, others say it is the Lord's Leela or sport. What is the truth? And Ramana Maharshi says, various accounts are given in books, but is there creation? Only if there is creation do we have to explain how it came about. We may not know about all the theories, but we certainly know that we exist. Why not know the I, and then see if there is a creation? Good answer. But here he gives a slightly more detailed answer to a similar question. Let's see, these are two questions, and I'll just read them both to you. Is not the self the cause of the world that we see around us? And he answers, self itself appears as the world of diverse names and forms. However, self does not act as the efficient cause, nimitta karana, creating, sustaining, and destroying it. Do not ask, why does the confusion of self, not knowing the truth that it itself appears as the world, arise? Ooh, that's a difficult one. Why does the confusion of self, not knowing the truth that it itself appears as the world, arise? Why do you get confused if it's all you? If instead you inquire, to whom does this confusion occur? It will be discovered that no such confusion ever existed for self. Which, I've been reading the Diamond Sutra, and the Diamond Sutra kind of points in a similar direction, and maybe once I finish the Diamond Sutra I'll give you a little lecture on that one. Here's the next question. You seem to be an exponent of Ajata, doctrine of Advaita Vedanta. And Ajata, let's see, a little short version of Ajata. Ajata Veda is the theory of non-causality. This is an ancient Hindu doctrine which states that the creation of the world never happened at all. It is complete denial of all causality in the physical world. And the explanation goes on from there, and I'll let you get your own copy and read it, but I'll just read how Ramana Maharshi puts it. That's how Dave Godman puts it. I do not teach only the Ajata doctrine, the doctrine of non-causality or non-creation. I approve of all schools. The same truth has to be expressed in different ways to suit the capacity of the hearer. The Ajata doctrine says nothing exists except the one reality. There is no birth or death, no projection or drawing in, no seeker, no bondage, no liberation. The one unity alone exists, which sounds a little bit like the Heart Sutra. To such as find it difficult to grasp this truth and who ask, how can we ignore this solid world that we see all around us, the dream experience is pointed out, and they are told, all that you see depends on the seer. Apart from the seer, there is no seeing. This is called Drishti Shrishti Vada, or the argument that one first creates out of one's mind and then sees what one's mind itself has created. Some people cannot grasp even this, and they continue to argue in the following terms. The dream experience is so short, while the world always exists. The dream experience was limited to me, but the world is felt and seen not only by me, but by so many others. We cannot call such a world non-existent. When people argue in this way, they can be given the Shrishti Drishti theory. For example, God first created such and such a thing, and out of such an element, then something else was created, and so on. That alone will satisfy this class. Their minds are otherwise not satisfied, and they ask themselves, how can all geography, all maps, all sciences, stars, planets, and the rules governing or relating to them, and all knowledge be totally untrue? To such it is best to say, yes, God created all this, and so you see it. And it goes on from there. Interesting stuff. In the Zen tradition, we just don't talk about this. It's kind of just something you go, okay, there's no way to explain this that is going to encompass the full reality of it. So sit zazen, be very, very quiet, and eventually you come to be able to see it dimly at first, and then progressively better and better until you have a kind of an understanding of what's really going on. That's the long road, but you can also explain it the way this guy does, and the explanations, I think, are interesting, and they lead to a lot of other areas. But I think that's just some interesting stuff, and just some stuff I've been reading. So thought I'd give it to you there. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. If you don't like it, send me some money, and if you do like it, send me some money. Ha ha ha. Just a joke. Anyway, the address you're seeing on the screen is where you can get links to my Patreon and PayPal pages, which are the only way I'm making money these days, and I really appreciate those of you who are donating. As I always say, if you're having financial trouble, don't donate. That's fine. I'll make it, but the reason I'll make it is because other people are donating, so that's good, and I really appreciate it. Have a good time all the time. See you later. Bye.